and welcome back to another Thought for the Week. Thank you so much for joining us. Some of you might know that the 25th of January is known as Burns Night. So today we're going to be talking a little bit about celebrating the ordinary. So let's get into it.
You might have heard of some of Rabbi Burns's poetry before. There's a few famous ones such as Auld Lang Syne or the Selkirk Grace. He wrote loads and loads and loads of poems, but I'm going to read you the verse of one of his most famous ones, and this is read every Burns supper, and I hope you'll maybe understand why. See if you can work out what it's all about. Fair fa your honest sonsy face, great chieftain o' the puddin' race. Aboon them all ye tak your place, painch, tripe, thairm. And are ye worthy o'er grace, as langs might erm. I wonder if you've worked out what that is all about. It goes on for several more verses, and it's all about the chieftain of the pudding race, that is the haggis. Robbie Burns's poetry maybe sounds a little bit odd, and if you read it, it might even look like it's written in a completely different language. And that's because it's written in Scots, which is an informal way of writing in a Scottish dialect. As I said before, this is traditionally read at a Burns supper, and it's read just as the haggis is served, which obviously makes sense.
So you might be thinking, what's all the fuss about with Rabbi Burns? Or maybe it just doesn't interest you at all. But actually, Rabbi Burns was a farmer and he wrote loads of different poems. And some of them were on things like haggis and others were on something as simple as a mouse. Yet he still chose to celebrate the small things. So you might be thinking there's not much point in celebrating, or that there's nothing to celebrate at the moment because of the circumstances that we're in, because of school closures, because of the lockdown, where life is looking a little bit similar to what it did this time last year. However, if we take the example of Rabbi Burns, why don't we celebrate the small things in our lives? Take joy in the little things that just put a smile on your face.
As Christians, we also go to the Bible for advice, and in the Bible there's two letters written to the church of Thessalonica, and they're written by this guy called Paul, who's giving the church there some advice. And in the first of these two letters, 1 Thessalonians, he gives them some advice that ties in exactly with what we've been thinking about. He says, "Rejoice always, pray without ceasing, give thanks in all circumstances, for this is the will of God in Christ Jesus." He's saying, be thankful, not just when things are easy and there's lots that we can be thankful for, but he's challenging us to be thankful in all circumstances, even when things are tough, even if it feels like there's not very much that we can be thankful for. And I think this is seen in Robbie Burns's poetry as well. This idea of being thankful for little things, not just looking for big, amazing and fun adventures, which we can easily be thankful for, but about looking around us in the places that we live, in the communities that we're in, and the situations that we find ourselves, and choosing to be thankful, choosing to look for those things that bring us joy and we can be thankful for.
So as you know, we like to end our videos on a challenge. And our challenge for you this week is to think about how can you celebrate the ordinary. Whether that's something like what your favourite dinner is, or the view that might be outside your bedroom window. Or maybe it's something a little bit bigger than that, like being able to spend time with the family or the people that you live with. Or maybe it's something like a new skill, a new hobby that you've developed in this time that we're in at the moment. Celebrate the small things in life, the things that bring you joy, the things that put a smile on your face. And you can do this with the worksheet that we provided for you in the description below. It looks just like this one here. and it's an opportunity for you to write, draw, or even write a poem about how awesome those things are. Thank you so much for joining us this week, and we look forward to seeing you again soon.